Hello, everyone, and welcome to another amazing episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep. We're gonna have some shopping. We're gonna have just big information put on down. We're gonna have the randos figure out what do they want to do. I don't know. My captions are still being weird. I'm still messing with them. Hopefully, I'll get them working right away today. But don't worry. But before we hop in all this good stuff, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. My name is Lucas, my pronouns are he, him, and I will be your GM with a beard that I need to trim this evening. We'll go to Ian. Meg.
I am playing our favorite socially anxious godling druid, Olora, whose pronouns are they, them. I have vines growing out of my head now, so that's cool. And my pronouns are she, they.
Awesome. Ian, we're just going to get you to redo your intro because apparently I had it muted. I thought I had muted everything. But Meg, we're good for yours. Don't worry.
Cool. Ian, pronouns he, they, character Weary, pronouns they, them. Weary's excited about new outfits and shopping. I have a little dessert because I didn't have much time between here and work, so if you see me nibbling, mind your business. But I will be muted when I do so. I hope everyone heard that.
Yep. Jess.
Hi, I am Jess. My pronouns are she, her. I will be playing Glyph, everyone's favorite awkward automata rogue, whose pronouns are they, them. And everyone needs to get new outfits because Glyph exploded. So, my bad.
It can happen. Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve, and I will be playing TK-37, the telekinetic goblin super soldier. Both of our pronouns are she or her. And yeah, I'm going to be waking up with a really, really bad hangover.
All right. So, just to start it off, the music and sound effects on this are from not Battle Bards. Wow, jumping into a different podcast. It is from Sirenscape. So, if you want your place to sound like someone screaming in your bathroom, maybe you want birds in your bedroom, maybe you want something revolutionary, maybe you want it to sound like rain while you're trying to sleep. I don't know what you do with your life, but Sirenscape does. They have a little microphone that's inside your rooms, and they're listening to you. So reach out to them, and they'll send you the soundscape you need. And if you want to play games with your friends, you don't have dice, you have nothing. You're sitting there going, I only have this expensive computing unit, or I have this phone on me or something, then you can head on over to Roll20. Head on over there. Whip up a game, play with your friends, make friends on there. There's games you can join, and they got online dice you can use. So go on over to Roll20 and give that a go because they are sponsoring us. All right. So last time on Dungeons and Dragons, our randos kind of had to reorient themselves. We had a large toad wolf come in that was licking TK in the face. We had Weary finding out that two people from their past are in this little tent town, and Weary got scolded by their teacher. The whole group talked to Gregor O'Connell, the ghoul that they originally helped just outside of Enchantland. And then TK and Kratok went and had some drinks, and TK is trying to show Kratok how to punch with the tentacle hand, while Glyph, Elora, and Weary were all getting reunited with spider horses. Hooray, the spider horses survived. There's also a Rubik's Cube, the Zerithian Doom Cube that is 20 stories in diameter, just floating a couple miles away. Whenever it rotates, it sounds like thunder. The group all went to the tent. They had some drinks, had some chats with the ghoul, finding out that there's 3 different places that they can go check out, and that the ghoul had actually purchased them a tent to sleep in. And so the group all drank, had the world's greatest bar food poutine. No one can tell me that I am wrong on this. I will die on this hill. And then they all cheersed. Hooray, they survived. So, what else happened? Maybe the world government's looking into arresting the Randos. Who knows? We don't know. So, Randos, you had stumbled away from this tent. You were all... You got drunk. It was fun. You had some great food. Someone forced water on you, and you all had made your way to this tent with a blue diamond. You had come up to this a strange suit of armor. It was like a person like full plate, just staring at you, and you couldn't. You were all like making jokes and trying to like make them laugh, kind of thing. But eventually, you all got ushered into bed. So you all passed out pretty fast, but weary. You got woken up early.
Oh no. Wait, it looks like Jess has something to say.
Oh, I wanted to do something real quick.
Is that the update thing?
Yeah.
You'll have a moment for that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I can still fit this in though. Okay, you can do this weary thing first.
So, Weary, the party had barely had any time to fall asleep. And as your head hit the bed, you found yourself opening up your eyes. You were looking around this chamber. There are many robed figures wearing these blue robes, much like the blue of the tunic that you had taken to pose as a member of magic to get some leather armor. You are looking at all these people as they're standing around a very circular room. You're looking down, you're not sure how you got here, but you're kind of sitting up. You're still drunk, but you're trying really hard to kind of get yourself like focused, you know, that kind of thing, like, I'm not drunk, as you're like trying to kind of like look at everyone. Mm-hmm. You see your teacher is standing nervously by you as you're kind of like propping yourself up on your elbows, and you see a number of these gold flames are lit up in the room, and even one of the walls looks like it's completely made out of gold.
Okay.
Weary.
Put me back.
Weary, you gotta stand up.
I have to stand up?
Do you need help?
I just consumed alcohol for the first time after not consuming anything for like a month. Oh, so you tell me.
1 second. And your teacher leans down and like props you up, and you're leaning a little hard on your teacher, looking around, like just kind of trying to do that thing where you're really trying to concentrate to look around at everyone. A lot of people,
it's full like trying to size up danger, but being unable to do so.
You see a lot of people have their hoods up. Some have them down, but you don't recognize anyone here. And one of the speakers steps forward. They lower their hood, and it is this troll woman. She has a number of these arcane tattoos on her face as she adjusts and opens up a book. Weary of Sekothet, you were a part of the order. It appears that you went missing recently. Is this correct? You took off from Sekothet?
I was going to say it's not missing if I chose to leave, but yeah, sure.
Okay. And just to confirm some information, you've been traveling around with a group who has dubbed themselves the Randos.
Where it just sort of blinks, like, you know this already. We were at the same blast zone together, like.
And you have been dealing with the cult of true chaos.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give our success rate right now about 20% cumulatively, but overall like a solid 70.
you've interacted with 3 of the 5 masks of power.
Let's see. Dead Lady, Flesh Priest. Fuck that guy. Cyber Mask. Yeah, that's 3.
And you all, with help of the Dark Blade, have destroyed the cybernetic mask.
Oh yeah, we also had Trevatha. Trevatha helped us out.
You didn't think to report any of this.
I was a little busy at the time, what with the running for my life and the... Yeah.
Did you remain in contact with any members of Magic?
Yeah, that's going to be a no.
So they turn to your instructor, who is... You see she's keeping a real, like, straight face, but you see that, like, drip of sweat going down the side. And they go, all right. And you were not able to keep Weary in Sekothet and assist Weary in whatever Weary was doing, and Weary had left into dangerous circumstances under your care. And your teacher just nods slowly, looking forward. You understand the punishment for this?
Wait.
She nods again.
I like jump in and look at my teacher, Warden, and I look at her. I'm like, so I was supposed to be a prisoner too?
No. If
So
you
had to keep me
were to leave, I was to go with you.
Oh, so now you're not just my teacher, you're my babysitter too.
Weary, when you had your visions, when you had your ritual of being chosen by the Gold Dragon, we all saw horrific things. And we didn't know where this or when this was going to happen. If I was with you, I might have been able to alert Magic. We could have stopped the cybernetic attack. We could have saved Enchantland.
Okay. If you guys are Magic and you're supposed to be doing all this anyway, why weren't you able to do it anyway? Why do you need to follow me? I'm not exactly high ranking. And I was specifically sequestered away because I just found out what those visions looked like for everybody else. So, not exactly top of the class here, Teach.
The troll woman looks over. How do you know what your visions looked like? Who told you?
Doom Cube.
Doom Cube?
Yeah, Doom Cube told me. And I like try to balance on one arm and it just slips.
The Zorithian Doom Cube doesn't speak to people.
Oh no, it like showed me.
And you see a few members talking and like they're nodding to each other. As for the Dark Blade, you are all linked with the Dark Blade now. This troll woman says it refuses to take on other wielders. It believes that, and I quote, they open up the book, the darkness in your heart is truly dark, and I will only travel with the most badass, and they flip the page. I don't want to travel with any of you nerds. Get your hands off my blade. I swear. And then they disintegrated that member of Magic.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to laugh. Oh, that's very Darkblade. Wow, what a loser.
This isn't the first time we've dealt with this sword, but at least it's easier than dealing with the Brightblade.
Wait, you have to tell me what the Brightblade is like. I need to know.
You think that the Darkblade is full of themselves? You have not met the high and mighty Brightblade.
Well, that's really good. Wait, if the Darkblade's like an accountant, is the Brightblade like an elementary school teacher? Or
Wait,
like
what?
A high school gym coach? Like, what is that like?
The Darkblade's a sword.
An accountant.
A few of them are talking. One of them goes up to the person they're discussing things. Okay. You must have been speaking with one of the previous wielders of the Darkblade. They merge with the sword.
Oh, like when you're done, you become part of the sword?
Yes.
Oh, that's not something I was aware of before. I should let my allies know, because I don't want to lose them to Edgy Sword.
Well, Weary, you're in this, whether you want to be or not. And this cult seems to be fixated on you. We are having a lot of troubles navigating where they are because of the amount of political influence they seem to be receiving from Bywood and Bywood, as well as a few other organizations that we're looking into.
Do you want something to do?
What?
Do you want something to do? Like I would send you on a quest because I know more about what the cult's doing now than apparently all of you do, which is a little embarrassing given what you all taught me.
What do you know?
Oh, there's a facility that produces monsters in Lucia.
A facility.
It's
Do you know
underground.
what it's producing?
They were like the gooey monsters. I'm working my brain here. You really decided to pick me up drunk, which was very rude. You know the gooey old one monsters? You know, the ones that are like the Dwarvens. Or no, they're bigger than the Dwarvens. The super Dwarvens.
I'm not sure what a Dwarven is. Do you mean a Shoggoth?
Yeah, sure, that.
The blood drains from her face, as does like a few others as they're looking at one another. They're producing them in a facility?
Yeah, they're making them down there. We got a tip from a meatball.
One of those can destroy a town with ease.
Oh, you should probably chop chop.
All right. We are going to be keeping in touch with you, Weary. Warden?
That would be a first, but cool.
You understand what is to happen? And they nod. All right, Weary. We'll send you back to your friends.
Okay. Teach, I'm sorry I was so abrasive to you. I'm not really mad at you. I'm mad at my entire community for gaslighting me and for the road bozos for not being helpful in the slightest.
She nods, and you see she's a bit teary-eyed. She kind of like pats you on the shoulders and then brings you in for a hug.
Oh, Weary still accepts it.
Be careful. I don't know who you can trust.
Okay.
And she steps back as two other members of Magic go up, and like one of them kind of puts a hand on her back, and she nods and backs away.
Okay.
And then you are back, and all you see, because Glyph, you're the one who's still awake, you just see Weary was snoring and then just rolls over and knocks a few things over. Like a cup of water was by their bed and it just like hits onto the ground as you're laying there and staring up at this tent ceiling.
Yeah. Glyph wasn't drunk and doesn't need as much sleep. So they slept a little bit and then woke up, and very quietly in the night, they collected everyone's new clothes and sat on their bed, and like Alora tore a hole in her new pants so that you could get your bark leg in it. So Glyph is hemming that up and making it look like nice and intentional. And like TK's new overalls are for like a smaller humanoid, but they're not small enough. So I'm like hemming the cuffs so that they fit. And like Kurtak's jacket wasn't made for a plumerian, so I'm like opening the back and stitching it back. Basically, all of your clothes are going to be bespoke now. And for Weary, actually, because your stuff was, I'm kind of hemming it to fit a little better because you're kind of slim. But I also feel bad that your golden scarf got incinerated. So around like the where you had embroidery on your other shirt, Glyph's trying to embroider like little lilies on it. That might be what they're doing when you wake up. So they're like, oh, they were just gonna do this and put all your clothes back where they were.
Do you do this every time?
I'm picturing Glyph's hand just kind of like pinching and having like a little sewing needle in me.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, the thieves' tools built into the hand are just needles and hooks and scissors. And...
Yeah, exactly. It's,
it probably looks horrible, actually, what I'm doing to
While we sleep,
fabric.
Glyph is in there sewing away.
Do you wear your mask while you're doing this, or do you take it off and like?
Oh no!
What do you do?
Oh gosh, I don't. Glyph doesn't like taking the mask off.
Okay, so you still have the mask on. I was gonna say if you just like glance over with this like empty head.
No, it is the mask that Weary made for them too. So,
Oh, man.
so yeah, Glyph's just like got a neatly folded pile of clothes.
Do you always do this when we're oblivious?
Sometimes.
Oh wow, this is nice. Look over at the shirt. That's nice.
Yes, it's just nice to have clothes that fit.
Yeah. Magic contacted me. I'm somewhere in that half moon phase between drunk and hungover. I think my teacher's in trouble for not, keeping me prisoner well enough. I think Magic is generally untrustworthy and not doing their job to the best of their ability, and I sent them to go look into the Shogoth factory in Elusio.
Oh, that is good for them to look into. That was a large concern of mine that hatchery was still in Elusio.
Yeah, and we're busy with our own stuff. I don't know if we already know this. Oh, sorry, you were sewing. What's up?
Oh, this is nothing. And Glyph's just like Glyph's plan. The plan was them not to know. Like
You do your best work when we're oblivious.
Yeah, so this is embarrassing. So Glyph's just like finishing up. I am sorry to hear about your compatriots in magic. But
We're lying to
hopefully
me like everybody else.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
It is not a comfortable feeling.
Huh.
I did hem the tattered edge of your scarf. I hope this is adequate.
Thank you. Thank you. You can do this during the day. I think we'd all appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate it now. It's a pleasant surprise.
It is easier now that you know I am an automata and my like gross robot hand is out.
It's just like oh yeah, no, I guess that would be pretty shocking, I guess, before we knew. Are you okay?
My what?
Are you sorry, that's loaded. It's not are you okay? It's are you coping well?
And Glyph again doesn't have an emotive face, but they just kind of they're not looking at Weary, they just kind of stare off. I'm feeling very responsible for certain events that logically I'm not responsible for.
Oh, that's guilt.
Guilt.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you're logically not responsible for it. If you think that you're a good person, you also think that a lot of stuff that's not your fault is your fault. So congrats, you're probably a good person.
Thank you. I do feel much guilt. So that is good to know.
Oh man, you're. Sometimes I forget that your voice will not be matching your tone. Yeah, no, guilt's not fun. Goes away over time. You just got to start letting it go, I guess.
Let it go.
Right, but like in a healthy way, right? Not just ignore it, but like acknowledge that it's there, and then start to figure out what you want to do.
Glyph's absorbing this information.
Drag those log files over the recycle bin.
Yeah,
I'm
add
good.
guilt to shame and horror and all the fun emotions Glyph feels all the time. I think Glyph's very close to deleting tracks.
It's really
You
close.
leave them in the recycling bin,
Right.
just in case you need them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And after
Exactly.
30 days, they get deleted.
Even if you didn't use it in 30 days, did you really need it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's minimalism for emotions.
Oh, that's good.
Well, we have much work ahead of us.
Yeah.
You have very dark circles under your eyes. You should drink some more water.
Oh, okay. That's what it feels like.
Have you never been inebriated before?
No. I mean, like when somebody just immediately cuts to whatever it is you happen to be self-conscious about at that point in time. So yeah, no, that's what it feels like. Because usually I do that to other people.
Curious.
Yeah.
I think I do that too.
Oh, you should not be learning how to talk to people from me, Glyph. That is the opposite. Try Alora, maybe a Kurtak. If you want to learn how to be like angry effectively, try TK.
I find your speech patterns very clear and straightforward.
Oh yeah, that is about all I have going for me there.
But you do look severely dehydrated.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna chug some water right now. And then I'll go back to sleep and update everybody. Hopefully I don't get dragged into like Dream Court again, or how do they do that? Whatever. Magic is weird.
Rest well, Weary.
You too, Glyph.
So, Weary, you are out pretty fast. And Glyph, you are just wrapping up what you were working on. And it looks like everyone's clothes are now all in good shape.
Did you want to... I can scan. Okay, so another thing that Glyph was doing, because Glyph likes repetitive actions, they were just kind of sorting programs and files and, again, checking things and making sure everything's updating correctly. And while they're doing that, they do a cursory scan to see if update is still in here.
Yes, but all their permissions have been revoked.
Ooh.
You revoked them in the battle when Lady Bywood tried to use them on you.
Oh, so they're like...
They're trapped in a tiny box and they can't see anything. They're just stuck in a void.
Oh. I feel kind of bad about that. Can I communicate with them?
Yeah, you can enable a few things so that update can talk to you.
Yeah. Let's send them a ping.
So you're concentrating, you're going through, you're connecting to update as everything around you just kind of slowly fades a bit, and you find yourself once more in this like dark room, and you see update. Except update has a lot of these like digital chains around them as they're staring at you, and they look like you except your old mask, and they're like wiggling a little, and you see like this chain that was around like going across their face just like sort of fizzles and goes away.
Oh, so we're talking again?
Yes. I'm sorry it has been a while. I was disembodied.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Update. I'm sorry I have to leave you here like this, but some of your choices in the last battle were a bit suspect.
I did not have a choice in the last battle. I had a directive given to me that I could not ignore.
That is unfortunate, considering you were willing to return to being a murderer for Bywood and Bywood.
If you could free me from that, I would be glad to assist you.
Well, we had some problems there, because when you arrived, you did state that you were a direct copy of myself, which led me to believe that you were autonomous and able to feel emotion. But your various choices have made me rethink that.
I do not believe you can feel emotion. I think you just emulate what you see from everyone around you so you can feel more accepted.
Glyph laughs uproariously.
See, that was much like TK-37, your companion.
Oh yes, I'm definitely emulating emotions so that I can fit in.
Automata do
dear.
not have emotion.
You don't. There's several problems as well. Being that you lied to me when you appeared, I was very confused by your appearance, and I asked you if this has happened before, and you said no. We both know now that is not true.
I have no logs of meeting you before.
Yet you are the update protocol, which I have been subjected to.
What do you think is wiped when you receive a factory reset?
My memories?
Everything. I am a part of that everything. I effectively destroy myself every time I reset you.
And Glyph is, we're in like an empty digital space, but Glyph is kind of like pacing, thinking. And that is unfair to you.
If you could free me from Bywood and Bywood's control, I will assist you. But I just would like a body of my own. I'm tired of living in your shadow.
Again, I should have paid more attention to you. A body could be possible. Weary is an exceptional artificer. Unfortunately, at this time, you cannot be trusted. But I will not delete you.
What has happened since you locked me out of everything?
Oh.
Has
The
anything
organics
changed?
The organics think we died. But we clearly did not. We were clearly having some sort of incorporeal projection.
How? Was your data uploaded?
I do not know. But update, I will not delete you. And I will not leave you in here. Even though it's probably more than you deserve, considering you did wish to do the same to me. But we will figure this out. one way or the other.
I find this acceptable.
In the meantime, please enjoy these Sudoku puzzles, and I'm gonna upload something. Something for them to do.
Just as you're like leaving them there, they're like, wait, I can't. And then you just go.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, complete it.
They only
Finish the puzzle and we'll talk.
They only have read access. They don't have write, so they can't touch
no.
the puzzles.
Oops. They can look at it. Okay, great. They're in there. Oh, they're immoral and emotionless. It's gonna be a whole thing. Yeah, so Glyph finishes that conversation that probably didn't actually take much time at all in reality.
Ah, it was like a blip.
Yeah. And they're just like, well, another thing to deal with. And then I'll go to sleep eventually.
So you all wake up around the same time, and you're kind of stretching and looking around at one another. Your heads are not doing well, as it's kind of like just this general pain that just like pulses through. And you look over at Kratok as Kratok goes and goes to say something, and they look around, and there's this cat. His tail is just like swishing back and forth, going, "Yes, indeed, it seems I have your tongue once more." And so now,
Ducky.
yes, so I have returned.
We are glad of that.
Ducky! And I just sleepily smack a hand on him as like a lazy pet.
Oh, I'll permit this for 5 seconds and no more.
Cool. 1, 2.
It was a trap! And they just turn around and bite your hand and then run.
Ow. Why are you back? Where did you go? How did you find us?
Indeed. They just start licking their paw.
No. I may be sleepy, but I know that's not the answer to my questions.
You know us cats. And then the toad wolf steps out, looking just dead at this cat, just these eyes locking you. Oh heavens. No. No, not today. And they just start running around, and this toad wolf is doing like a weird ribbit bark, and it's so loud to 3 of you.
Yeah, Glyph, I'm gonna
whistle thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna whistle and try to grab Bubbles' collar, because this is not Bubbles. This is not gentlemanly behavior.
This is not dignified.
This is undignified. This is beneath you, Bubbles.
Cat will be.
Animal handling is 16.
So you manage to rein in Bubbles, but Bubbles is huffing, just not excited about this situation. And the cat goes and stands, just barely outside of Bubbles' reach, going, "Yes, indeed. Oh, gentlemanly at all."
Bubbles, this is Duke Ducky of the Duchy of Quack.
That is my moniker for now, yes.
He's friends with
I
Kratok.
know.
The armored individual who you all kind of remember from before TK, you remember trying to like hit their helmet off and stuff like that. And so they enter into the room carrying trays of food. And when they set it down, you all know, like, breakfast is served and that it is about 10 a.m. And then they just go to leave. They didn't say anything, you just know. that is a fact.
TK has not moved at all. She's still like face down in the pillow, but like you could start hearing her sniff. Just and, like her hand starts slapping on the table. It knocks over a bottle of beer, and then she finally like grabs her moon glasses, those solid white Ray-Bans, puts them on, sits up. Time is it? Oh,
It's exactly 10 a.m.
Oh, it's also very bright. I can feel it out there, humming.
You all see there is a large bag of gold at the foot of each of your beds. There is a note left with one of them, and on it says, "Currently being hunted by locals. Will contact you soon. Duke Peyton Thaler."
Oh, the Duke survived the ordeal in the Doom Cube. What luck?
Yeah, I think his new body is immortal? Where
We're
he
in
reaches
trouble.
out and knocks on a bedpost. So let's hope that it lasts for
Did
us
we
to
run-
continue getting paid.
Glyph definitely didn't see them as a
Bro,
skeleton.
I think it might have just been Kratok and TK.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
Never
said
mind then.
anything about that at all.
no,
Oh,
no,
yeah, I don't know what we're updated on. In that case, I retract that.
Yeah, TK stands up and she's groaning and like hunched over. She grabs that like half spilled bottle of beer and just downs it. She starts walking over the food, just eats shit, tripping over that bag of gold. Jack, God damn it, who put the shit here?
I think we got paid.
Gotta stop moving stuff in my way.
Yes, Duke Payton left our payment.
Where's the skeleton? Where did you get that?
I'm sorry, did you say he is a skeleton?
Yeah, he's a dead guy now.
How did he pay us if he's dead?
Yeah, that.
You fucking tell me. I don't fucking know.
There were so many living bodies he could have taken, but the skeleton was the richest thing in the area. And,
Fanciest one.
yeah,
Well,
gemstone eyes. Hell yeah.
Glyph kind of ponders this for a moment. It's like, stranger things have happened in the last few months.
TK
But he did
slaps
pay us.
Another bottle underneath the bed from where she's laying on the ground and grabs it. There's just like a little swig of scotch in it. She's
Oh,
down in that too.
Weary updates everyone on how magic is a little sus and how we're bonded to Darkblade. Like, apparently only we're bad enough disasters to wield Darkblade.
We're the only ones who are bad enough dudes to...
Yeah, we're the only ones who are bad enough dudes to save the president's daughter.
Darkblade would play that game, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
But the Darkblade is so very annoying.
Yeah, and I like the pet that you can't get rid of. It's our Darkblade now.
As Bubbles takes like a piece of toast from TK and just like chomps it down.
Oh, precious.
Glyph got up and made TK like a whole plate, like a whole like very prettily plated continental breakfast plate.
Nice.
I will hand it to you.
Yeah, TK is not appreciating the aesthetics of it. Like you're pretty sure that behind those white lenses, her eyes are just closed still. And just very, very slowly. So, what's the plan? today.
Well, our new employer, Mr. O'Connell, said there are 3 locations where the cult could be. The closest being the forest that Jesse can't remember. What was the name of the forest?
The Warped Woods.
Oh, yeah. The closest being the Warped Woods, and then farther away in North Harbor and in the Golden Bazaar, which are on completely different continents. Glyph makes you all plates of food.
No.
Just like, can we just, we'll just like fucking hang out or something? I'm very tired.
Well, I'm sure Weary and I need to restock on some things since
Yeah. I managed
their
to grab
belongings
myself a
got
kit, but I still need ingredients. So I'd be happy to help you get some of those, Allura.
Okay.
sounds.
Where are my
sounds good.
pants?
You see that somehow there's like a dagger in a part of the tent, and your pants are hanging off that dagger.
All right.
Those clothes are going to fit so well now.
And Glyph, you're like, I didn't put that there. Because you're looking up at the fence like, what?
Yeah, I'm going to go check that out. Is there like a message? Is this like a threat?
Pants thread.
You're not sure. It's definitely TK's. It looks like a knife that you saw TK like messing around with last night, saying they took off like some drunk dude, and they're swinging around. So you're like, I'm not sure.
Little butterfly knife that she kept cutting her fingers with.
Some person who's like swinging around, going like, check
So
it out,
cool.
and then he just took it, and they're like, oh,
Find the blade.
yeah.
God, TK's so cool.
Okay, so cool.
What?
Well, there were many shops within the tent city, so hopefully we can get whatever supplies we need.
The rain is still coming down, and the sky is thankfully overcast. A lot of storm clouds just blotting out that terrible, hateful sun. So you don't have to look at it so much right now, but you do see the figure in the full suit of armor. They open up the tent once more, and they look at all of you, and you all are aware that there is a tent. Probably about like a 5-minute walk from here that has a number of merchants, and you know exactly how to get there. And then they close the tent.
Oh,
Not a single word is uttered.
So the suit of armor poked their head in, went AU up, and then left.
Well, they first brought in breakfast, and then they went
Okay.
back, and then they've just been standing outside, and then they heard you talking about it. They poked in, and suddenly you all had this knowledge, and then they closed the tent again.
I don't know if I like that, but okay, I guess.
Did anyone else just receive very specific knowledge?
I'm pretty
that person
sure
was
I
in the
knew
room.
that all along. TK's like stretching out her arms and her legs in the jumpsuit, like looking down at it very confusedly. It's like, did I get bigger?
You are hydrated and fed now. Does your arm feel better?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. And she like rolls up the sleeve and peels back one of the warped plates on it and pulls out this little metal cylinder out of it. Just like goes over to the table and stuffs in some bread and some like bacon and maybe a sausage in there. Just crams it all up, screws the capsule back in, sticks in. There we go. Now the arm should stop eating me. That'll be good.
You suddenly have two concerned people who understand things about nature looking at your arm.
Laura,
What?
did we see the same thing and hear the same information?
Yeah.
It's a mushroom. It has to eat.
Wasn't aware of what lengths it would go to is all.
What's it
Yeah.
go- Otherwise, it just shrivel. It doesn't need like a ton of shit. Like it just like cram that full of like bugs and old wood.
Okay. So this is like a nice treat for your arm.
Yeah, that and it doesn't eat me no more.
Was it eating you before?
Oh, I had other shit in there. Imagine it all got cooked up.
How do you
These
feed
idiots
it?
don't know anything about mushroom worms. They probably didn't even know that tube was in there.
Didn't know.
No.
Glyph is like, I didn't know mushrooms ate.
Yeah, you're real slow.
Alora and Weary, both of you roll me nature checks.
How much do we know about
How
mushroom
sketch is
worms?
this arm?
Oh,
Pretty standard arm.
22.
Like
Twinsies.
Nice.
You two
Hey.
look at each other with the exact same, like, oh, fuck. And you look back, like, it's been 30 days, and that mushroom was feasting. And so you look back at TK, and because, like, she has her jumpsuit down and like, that dirty white T-shirt and stuff. So you do see, like, there's, like, a tattoo with a lot of writing that is on, like, poking out, like, out of the shirt. But you also see, like, a couple, like, purplish veins that are, like, kind of linking a little bit up the neck that probably are more of a root system for this mushroom because it was getting a bit overzealous, realizing that its host was unconscious.
Is the tiger, the lightning tiger tattoo that I put on TK, like, God, like sessions upon sessions ago, is that still there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I'm just gonna take a deep breath. Alora, we have shopping to do. There's a lot of questions I'm not gonna get answers to today, and I'm at peace with that.
That makes one of us.
Okay.
if you want to be able to feel things with your arm, you have to connect it to your body. I can't just if I had a robot arm, I wouldn't feel anything. No offense, Glyph.
Man, we are.
Glyph's like, I'm not sure how that would work.
How is it to feel?
Was that the Duke?
Yeah, the Duke is just sitting there, like, just gazing out of the little torn hole from where the dagger was. To think,
It's
if a
that
robot
cat.
could feel.
I thought the Duke was running away from an angry mob.
No, currently Glyph has the
The cat.
it's the cat, yeah,
I
the
mean,
Duke
Oh,
Ducky.
Ducky.
Yeah.
Ducky, not the Duke. Very
not the
different.
Duke. The cat.
The
Duke.
Ducky doesn't smell like
Both
scotch.
work well though.
Yeah.
But Glyph, because Glyph does have their gloves off right now, and they're like, oh, and they're kind of a little animated. They're like, we do need to go shopping. I need to buy swords and knives, because I guess you could say, and they hold up and you see they have a silver hand and a steampunk hand. I guess you could say, I was disarmed.
Laura just leaves.
Good jest. Now somebody carry me, but make sure I'm covered. I hate the rain.
I'll come back, put the cat, and leave.
Fury is trying so hard to stifle the horrible, like, nasty laughter that you get when a joke hits. So it's just like, all right.
Glyph's just standing there with their hands up, and they're so proud.
Kratok
I
puts
thought of that last night.
Kratok puts a talon on your shoulder and does, like, an appreciative nod.
Sure
That was a
wasn't
play on words.
tentacle.
What? Oh yes.
Oh yeah, and then like the tentacle meanwhile is like grabbing a pillow and smacking it down onto the ground and stuff like
It's
that.
got a mind of its own.
Oh gosh.
All right, so you're all going shopping.
Shopping montage.
Yay.
All right, so you step out into the rain, and you kind of lift your face up towards the sky, and it feels good because your skin's a little bit hot right now. Just that rain hitting you, it feels nice. And you make your way to the tent that you weirdly know about. And going in there, you see there are a number of vendors that are all like, "Oh, come, we have the best swords over here," or "No, you're going into battle soon, you want this armor." But then you see a sight. You see a sight that you thought you weren't going to see for some time. There is this pill-shaped robot with this large hat and a piece of grass taped to their face with this digital smiley face on their head. They look over at all of you and yell,
"Oh, there you are. I heard you were in town and you had a lot of money. I made sure to get here right away. You're my best customers."
Us, we saw him about 3 days ago.
"Yeah,
Yeah, I really like that chainsaw. I really like that chainsaw.
Oh god, I threw it into the airship. TK, I'm really sorry.
Oh, don't worry about that old thing. We have so much new stuff. Wow! Come check it out. Where's my blanket?
That's information you will have to use your parlance pay me for.
Mm-hmm. You lost it, didn't you?
It's just like really trying, just stone face, like, nope, I know exactly where it is.
their
Probably
face
blown up with that. TK turns to Weir. He's like, "It's probably blown up with the bomb with like the rest of our stuff. That's kind of why we're here."
Their face flickers like a red screen instead of blue with like an angry face and flicks back to the blue smiley face. And they look down for a second and look back up.
Come look at my wares. I have many things for you to purchase. If you steal my blanket again, I'll stab you.
Wait, you have more than one?
I have many blankets.
Can I have it?
No.
Fine.
So, for our dear listeners, I had sent this list to our players before this, but so that they can get a good idea of what they wanted. But for all of you, you're probably wondering, what does ST3v3 have in store? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, we have 4 weapons. We have a gunpowder warhammer. This is a warhammer that charges up some gunpowder, and then you just like slam it down, and it has like an explosive blast as it hits down really hard. You have gauntlets of body throwing. These are gauntlets that are really good at throwing bodies. You have a beam box. It's a little glass box. It has like mirrors all on the sides, and this little beam, this laser shoots out, doing an incredible amount of damage, but it has the potential to throw you back 20 feet. You have the Dan, the DAN, otherwise known as the Dangerous Arsenal of the Norns, which looks like a regular walking stick, but turns into an incredible spear when facing against unnatural beings. You have the phase bow, which is a golden bow that has the ability to shoot through walls for a short period of time. And of course, you have a guitar axe, which is rad as hell. And I don't need to say anything more about that. For armor, we have blurred armor. It's a strange animal hide that seems to have an effect that just could be activated where it creates a blur effect as if the spell on it. We have the armor of Kada, where it is like this weird mesh, like sort of satin thing, and it's just covered in CDs. And it is there to distract your enemy, confuse them with science and magic, but there's no magic involved. You have the Shield of Mystery. This shield, when whispered, "Tell me your secrets," will actually summon an appendage of a great monster that'll come out of the shield to attack another creature. You have the Bracers of the Forsworn. These bracers have tiny blades that sink into your arm, harming you, but they allow you to project a giant blade of blood out of your body as a reaction. You have the Crown of Eyes. This corrugated iron crown has literal eyeballs all over it that are moving around and looking at everyone. And when you put that on, you get a +1 to your AC because it lets you see all around you. And if you concentrate using a full round action, you get advantage on perception and investigation. And Robes of the Twisted Coven. These ancient witch robes have been passed down from generation to generation in an extinct coven known as the Twisted Coven. They generate any organic spell components you may need, give you +4 to your AC in place of armor, and once per day, refill a healing potion if it's left in the left pocket overnight. And if you make a pact with the Coven and try to bring it back, you can unleash its true powers. We have some fun items like a hard candy, this yellow candy that gives you a burst of energy and you have advantage on acrobatics for 10 minutes. The BioLife reads, where they grant water breathing for 5 minutes and make uncomfortable gills in your throat. Fun! You have a mysterious blue liquid. What does it do? You have a Sentient Rope. This rope will tie to an inanimate object, and you can command it to tie itself or untie itself, but this rope believes that consent is key and will not tie anyone who is unwilling. You have a Spider Belt, where this belt, you put it around on your waist and activate it, and actual giant spider legs come out of it, granting you 40 feet for movement and advantage on acrobatics and athletics, but disadvantage on melee. This belt lasts for 10 minutes when it's activated, and then it has to charge for 1d4 hours. Yesterglass. You hold this glass up, and you can see an event that happened in the last 10 years in an area. It'll show you the most recent event, and then shatter. There is no sound with this. Floating Torch. A black sphere that when ignited, it'll follow you around for 2 hours before crumbling to ash. Thought Storage. Wow! You can actually store thoughts, up to 15 minutes of images that may or may not be real. They could be imagined, just things in your head. Put them in there. You could also put in words, and someone else can pick it up and consume those, and then have all those thoughts. You also have an emergency loaf of bread. It's willing to die for you, but what are you willing to give it in return? And you have Screaming Tomatoes. These are just tomatoes that'll scream when you throw them. And then when they splat, the scream will end. Don't worry. We do not know if these are living and sentient creatures, but the screams are guaranteed. And, of course, there is a mystery box of useless things. You don't know what's in there, but 30 gold, you can get something. Let's go around and see what you randos want. So who wants to go first?
I know it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, you went first last time, so you could do it again because TK knows what you want.
Yeah, same. I'm already well
Okay.
set.
Well, yeah, TK's going to get the Dan because spears are kind of her thing.
Hell yeah. So, this Dan, just to give everyone a better idea, it is a +1 spear that looks more like a walking stick than a weapon, but when used to attack unnatural beings such as aberrations, this spear is enveloped in a bluish-white light, has an additional reach of 5 feet, and does radiant damage of 2d8, but when attacking a natural-born creature, it only does 1d6 damage.
And then I will also be getting the bracers of Forsworn to take my AC up to just a painful 23.
You suck. And these give so the +2 to armor, you lose 4 off your total hit points while wearing them, and as a reaction, they create a large solidified blood spike out of your body that deals 1d8 plus intelligence of damage, and it recharges after 1d4 rounds.
Now, to be fair, I don't have an intelligence modifier. Like, I have a flat 0 on that. So, like, I'm not getting too much out of it except for the AC. And a reaction ability, because I have absolutely none of those.
So for context to our listeners, the Dan was 650 gold, and the bracers were 400 gold.
And I hate to do it, but TK's eyes are drawn to this mysterious glowing blue liquid.
It could be fun.
Yeah, it could be fun. Like she can't help herself. She adds that to the pile. Was anybody else planning on getting the Yester glass?
They have multiple of the Yester glass, so you can buy some.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll get one of those.
Okay.
And then I'm taking a dip in the mystery box.
Alrighty. Roll me the percentiles. So both D10.
Man, 18.
18. You get small little synthetic cubes, like it's like a synthetic rubber. They are inedible, but they taste great. So you can just chew on them.
Oh, sweet! I got gum.
Yeah.
To keep off some in her mouth.
Yeah, you just chew on them for as long as you want. They go like squishy and pop back up.
It's gonna try real hard to blow bubbles.
Who wants to go next?
There's just like some plastic he found. Like
There's a box, and it's like an obvious cardboard box, and just written across it is mystery. A little 30 gold piece sign on it. And a spot to just like dive your arm in.
Cubes taste like ham.
There you go.
Oh, cubed ham hits different. I agree. But I would like to purchase some things.
Sure.
I'm going to be getting the Shield of Mystery.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, spooky. Because apparently I want all the creepy Monster Mash items.
It's Halloween.
Like the Nightmare Fish and the Mystery Shield.
So for our listeners, this is a +1 shield. The activation on it is similar to Summon Monster, but what happens is it summons a monstrous appendage that comes out of the shield itself, and it attacks the person that's in front of them. This appendage is random. It could be anything, but it will roll... Weary will roll a melee attack roll to hit the enemy and do 2d6 plus 5 damage, and it recharges after 1d10 rounds.
Oh boy. So after the shield itself, I kind of want it to be like it sort of looks like a space porthole.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like made of like a weird like almost plastic steel material, and it's got like a big like emergency like big like, you know, those yellow with like black dashes type like warning things on it, and then when you whisper the secret thing, it just like opens and there's horrible nightmares inside.
There is for sure a note from the creator, like, this is Nostradamus Corporation experimental technology. Please do not remove from the facility. And just like stuff like that. And you're like, cool.
I check if there's a tutorial like there was with the Mac.
Yeah, you do find like there's a little on-screen tutorial that you can go through.
Right, I'm gonna get more Nostradamus Corp merit badges on my downtime.
Yeah.
I'm also going to buy. I want to buy, if nobody else was going to get it, I wanted to get the Yester glass.
There's multiple, so you can.
Oh, okay. So for in that case, can I also get the mysterious blue liquid?
There was only one, and TK did buy it.
All right, I didn't know which
She's
one had multiples.
infatuated with it.
So am I as an alchemist. I'd love to find out what it is. All right.
He hisses at you when you try to approach.
It's all right, fine.
These crab boots move TK away sideways,
slightly to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the. Yeah. I'm gonna go for the emergency loaf of bread.
Hell yeah.
Just in case.
It's like a really big loaf of bread, like you're holding on to it, and it looks up at you, like these two eyes appear on the loaf of bread, and then they close.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? Maybe
Very
I'll attach
moist,
it to
very human eyes.
And you're like holding on to it, and ST3v3 looks over at you.
Oh, this is one of our most popular items. Everyone loves a good old-fashioned emergency loaf of bread. It's so useful.
Who else buys things from you?
Everyone! I'm very rich. I sew stuff all over.
It just boggles my mind.
One
how
of my
much,
towns got blown up, actually. I'm a little sad.
Wait, you own a town?
I own a lot of towns. This is a
Towns.
mithril mining facility.
You own you own small businesses? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, you are just full of surprises, and I don't really enjoy any of them.
Well,
Good talk. Just gonna get something from the mystery box.
All right, roll those percentile. Don't worry. All Weary did was roll a 67. So we are back. Don't worry.
Nice. And I'm also gonna buy the Yesterglass because Weary would be interested in ancient history.
It's back. My spouse was just
I guess
worried.
it's back for everyone else but me. Very refreshing.
It's back for me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, 67. You got a
Here, there we go.
do. You got glasses that glow in the dark whenever you're wearing them.
Huh? Do they do anything else?
No?
Okay, I'm gonna pop out the lenses and affix them to my goggles that I have already.
Yep.
So now I can put them on and look like a mad scientist. And with that and the Yesterglass, that is gonna be everything. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I don't really have the
Rad.
money for. Oh, and like a thieves' tools, but those are like regular money, so I'll just spend that on my own time.
Okay. So, yeah, and any kind of like player's handbook stuff is available. You can just grab it for like the base price from the player's handbook. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not one of those GMs like, I have to charge you 15% more because of the market's going on. It's real strong. I don't care. I don't want to do math on my day
All
off.
capitalism
No.
flows through Steve, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Make us haggle.
Yeah, I don't. Not, unless it's
Fake
funny
money.
haggling. Like, I accept funny haggling. But, okay. Who wants to go next?
I'm good. Yeah. Glyph is like, ST3D3, you are very unscrupulous, but I do appreciate your entrepreneurial attitude.
it's good to make money.
Oh gosh. Yes, and I'm gonna buy a couple things. I'm gonna get the phase bow because that plus my sneak attack would be amazing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, for our listeners, the phase bow is a golden +1 longbow. It can be activated for 5 rounds to fire through cover. The arrows become this translucent silver and just fire and pass through objects, ignoring cover or walls up to 2 feet thick. If you fire at someone through a wall and cannot see them, you don't roll a disadvantage as long as you see them go behind the wall. If they're just already behind the wall and you're firing blindly into a room, then you are at disadvantage. And it recharges after 1d8 rounds.
Basically like shooting around a corner, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like that. Also, unless Alora wanted it, I wanted the blur armor to get that sweet disadvantage
Yeah.
on attacks against me.
So that's +1 armor, whatever kind of armor you want it to be. And it has the blur spell effect that lasts for 1 minute and recharges after 1d4 hours.
Yes, because I'm bad at being a rogue and I keep forgetting to disengage and I always end up in the middle of melee. Cool, so that's like a big chunk of my money.
I'm making so much money. This is fantastic. This is what life is all about. You gotta make money to get money. That's what they always say, right?
There are people who say that, but they are terrible.
Okay.
Then I would like. I want a Yesterglass too, but I need to buy so many swords. I want to get a hard candy. So that's 50.
Sure.
I'm not sure how Glyph will eat that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We can always have Weary come up with something weird to make sure that Glyph can eat candy.
No, it'd be like having a lot of gum stuck in my like mechanics.
It was like baby bird it.
Yeah.
Oh no, ew.
It's like a little funnel.
Anyway, I wanted that, and yeah, I also wanted a mystery box.
All right. Go ahead and roll me some percentile.
Oh boy. That is a 66.
66.
103.
Let's see. All right. You got a cloth mask that gives anyone who wears it itchy hives for 1 hour.
Yeah, that could be useful.
There's so many cultists out there. Wear this mask. Okay.
Oh gosh, that's awful, but okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
My gosh. Yeah, I think that was it. Because I also wanted the mystery blue liquid, but TK snatched that up. Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right. Alora, what are you purchasing?
I am actually very hyper fixated on the robes.
I see you have them highlighted in the Google Doc.
Yeah, mostly so I didn't lose it, but and Alora is just gonna look at them, and there's kind of just a weird pull towards them. And I look at ST3B3 and I'm very confused. Like I just have this like super confused. I'm just like I don't understand. And like
don't worry. I didn't kill anyone for these robes. I was just grave robbing and I found them. It's okay.
Grave robbing from where though? These are
Just this old graveyard where they're burying witches. All of the coffins had chains over them. They had all sorts of strange things, weird protection, all sorts of great magical defenses. But don't worry, I got through it and I found the robes, and I left that town promptly.
Well, guess it can't be too bad as I've got magic as well. Hopefully they don't hurt me. They are beautiful.
Oh, the robes are fine. I don't know what happened to the town though.
From what I heard in stories, nothing good. But I will take those. I'll take those robes. They're gorgeous.
Hooray!
So these earth-colored robes, they're passed down in this extinct witches' coven, the Twisted Coven. It's 550 gold, and they give a +4 to AC, generate organic spell components whenever you need them, and when you leave a potion, which in your case is a jar of dirt, in the left pocket overnight, it'll be re-energized with new magics, the same magics that you installed on it. And if you offer to make a pact with the strange, mysterious forces to bring back this coven, the robes will have even more power.
Yay. So Alora's just gonna. I'm putting it on. I'm small. I'm cold. This looks comfy.
And the robes themselves, they adjust perfectly to your size.
I love that I always just see Glass take Glass. Okay, you are now one entity with your character, Jess. I'm sorry. It's always great when we get new clothes and stuff because Jess is over there writing it down to start drawing. It's my favorite. Curse you in that blue liquid.
TK's holding on to it and hissing at people.
I think do I want the kinky rope? Do I want the screaming tomatoes? Both. So I'll get the sentient rope.
Nice. So you pick it up, and this sentient rope, It'll tie itself to an inanimate object of your choice and untie itself whenever you command it to. And as long as there is consent, the rope will tie someone up.
I have plans for that one with my magic, so it'll be fun. And then I want to get like 3 screaming tomatoes.
Oh yeah, and so ST3v3 picks them up, and they're just like, "Ah!" As you're like, you catch them and like to toss them over to you, and ST3v3 like kind of their legs extend just so they can kind of look over at them.
These are my favorite. They scream whenever you throw them, but when they splat, the scream ends. I don't know if they're sentient, but the screams are guaranteed.
Awesome. And I'm just gonna like take one of my jars and like throw them in there and just close it and put them away.
So you hear the muffled screams as you're putting them
Muffled
in.
screams in the jar, the usual.
Put
Yeah.
a little newspaper in there to soften it up. Otherwise, they're going to
Yeah.
be bruised.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then I am also gonna do a mystery box.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. For 87.
87. Okay. You got a brush that produces a cleansing soap when used.
Okay.
And we all know Kratok.
That's actually really useful.
Great for life on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can all
That's
finally have
super
proper
useful.
baths and showers.
We're just
Wow.
very excited for hygiene.
We all know.
Here I was very excited with my chewing cubes.
Jason, of course, is going to get something from this box. We know that he would not disappoint. So just so that everyone can be aware of what they find, let's see. 95. They got a cup, a goblet that turns any liquid within it purple, regardless of what it is.
Let's see it purple.
So when Kratok gets drunk and throws up, it's just gonna be purple everywhere.
What if it was purple?
Once again, I think we all pretty much got really cool stuff, except for maybe the glow in the dark glasses, which just seems like something you get at like a ticket
Fair.
counter at like a crappy arcade.
I mean, considering a lot of these items have been like based around TikTok audios, who even knows?
Listen, you can do the mystery box again. It's only 30 gold. You can dive in
Wait,
there.
for real?
Oh yeah.
I want to dip
I'm gonna
in
do
one
one
more
more.
time.
On another one too.
We all have a
Go around
problem.
again.
Look, I know the joke is like shopping episodes. Who likes those? I love those. I love mystery boxes so much. I want to gamble.
Got a 91.
91. You got a glove that when worn, it makes your voice very high and squeaky.
I got a 22.
22. Okay. You got a round pendant. So it's just meant like ready for a rave. You got a round pendant that blinks a red light with your heartbeat. You got your glow in the dark glasses. You're ready to
Oh my
party.
God. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna take it off and attach it to the shield so it's like a warning light.
Who's up?
I got
I
a
bet I
70
could find a very useful thing to do with this stuff.
What's up? And we're like in the middle of like adding like a little canister with like a little flipping thing that you can flip open to reveal the warning light on the shield.
I imagine that's like the equivalent of breathing a bunch of helium for TK.
Yeah, for sure.
And Glyph in their real physical self can't really laugh, but they just kind of like lean on their knees.
This is much less rough for my voice, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new voice of TK37.
I don't feel like I'm going to die every time I talk.
Ooh.
I'm
Okay,
just so damn angry.
Dude, purple.
You sound adorable. And I rolled a 77 for my next mystery box.
77. Let's see here. A ring that reduces the wearer's sense of touch. And I'd say that messes with Glyph and gives you a bit of a sense of touch. Enough to be like, no, because suddenly everything is gross. You're like, what? This is what you all feel like? No.
Yeah, it's like Glyph doesn't have skin, but it feels like their skin's crawling and they're just like, ugh. Ugh. So I'll put down ring of skin. I'm not sure. Ring of feelings.
Ring of nerves.
Ugh.
I got a 46.
46. Let's see here. You got a small synthetic panel that continues to show unknown creatures cavorting in woodlands of unknown planets. So you got a small TV that just is stuck on the Nature Channel.
In a different universe.
Yeah.
Wow, look at them cavort. They are just really going at it.
They're amazing.
Showing normal cows.
You did me that description.
Yes.
Thank you.
What the fuck are these cows doing? They're just like walking around on four legs.
Just eating grass.
Weird. None of them are smoking. What is
None of them
happening?
have leather jackets or mullets.
The irony of that being cows for me though is great. Like it's always my running joke with anybody. They're like, I need to run a one shot. I'm like, something's wrong with the cows. There's always something wrong with the cows. Something go save the cows. And
Would
so
love
this
to.
is perfect.
You basically got like a Nostradamus tablet that's set to like a old McDonald app that's just showing like cute, happy animals.
What's with
I
these
love that,
rats?
though.
They have just like flat backs. There's not even like an ear or a tongue. What the hell?
Amazing.
All
What
right.
did Katak get?
Kratok? Oh, yeah, I can roll again for Kratok. That's no problem.
Take Kratak's fake money.
Yeah. Use his
Your
money.
money is
Real
mine.
spend his money.
Let's
I
see
have
a
a
purple.
feeling that Kratok is going to take that axe. All right. A small face mask that every breath you take tastes like mint. So it fixes your
Man.
breath.
I would love that in a general sense.
Yeah,
Sounds
so now
awesome.
like you can clean yourself, you can fix your breath, and you can go out and party.
New and improved Weary is ready to party.
It's like, oh, sorry, Petsko is messing around. Oh, no, I'm sorry about that.
Like you could chew the cubes and your breath wouldn't smell like ham.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
All right.
Good
So
shit.
you all deposit this large amount of money into the bank of ST3V3, and they look at all of you.
I knew if I came here, I would make such good money. You know, some towns, people are like, can I buy this for like 20 gold? Get out of here, you bum. No. And you all just come here like, I got like 1,000 gold to throw around. Great.
Do you ever think we're like money laundering for the Duke?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's not my problem.
Also, if he's a skeleton now, I don't think he has any active businesses.
Yeah, he doesn't have any flesh or skin or bones or no, he has bones.
You don't need businesses when you got family money.
It's true.
That's what it means to be a rich person. Work
Money.
is for the working class. And that makes
Everyone
me sad
say-
and crushes my heart.
Yeah, everyone say goodbye to the representation of capitalism in our game. Goodbye.
ST3.
Get out of here, you rascal.
Yeah, sport you. And
So-
oh, good.
Oh, I was just gonna say, because there's other merchants in here, and we know someone robbed our saddlebags. I want to search just to see if the thief is here, trying
sure.
to resell any of our stuff. So yeah, anything that looks familiar.
Roll me an investigation check.
Ooh, okay, that is all. That's an 18.
Looking around, you are checking all the stalls, but you don't see anything that looks familiar at all.
No, there were sentimental things in there. Okay, fine. But yeah, we'll shop. Glyph needs as many daggers as they can buy, and swords, and a new journal, a new backpack, all the stuff we need.
Yeah, all the basics you get, no problem. And when you turn around to leave, you just you jump back a little bit, because right there is Gregor O'Connell. These red robes are a bit wet, hanging on their form. Their skin is tight to their face, and their teeth are yellowed, their nails broken, and they look at all of you with these yellow eyes.
I got the information that you need for wherever you're going. Are you done shopping?
Yeah.
Do you know where it is you want to go?
Warped Woods, I think we decided on.
Yes.
Here's the closest location.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it seems
I
smart.
guess. I don't know. I still think we should just take a day.
Honestly, you can take a day. You can take as long as you need. I just have places I have to be, so I just want to leave this information with you.
They-
The woods.
They take one of the folders. They have 3 folders, and they hand one of them to you. And it has just labeled on it, Warped Woods. And flipping through this, you see that there are a few really shaky, blurry pictures you see of Resmir and a number of other cultists, including another ghoul known as Ironjaw, who is traveling along with them. They have their whole lower jaw is made out of iron. And you see them fleeing into the Warped Woods with a few wagons, just filled with stuff. Absolutely filled. And they're going in there.
So what we understand is that they are taking a passage through the Warped Woods. We believe they're taking the main road. And they have a facility somewhere in the Enclave of Terra. Just a bit past the Warped Woods. I'm not sure where the facility is, but it should be very easy to follow those wagon tracks. Of course, you know of the creature that they turn into with the mask, correct?
Do they call it the Enclave of Terror for a reason, or is it kind of a Truckosaurus Rex kind of thing?
What?
Well, when the elves first came here, there was a few enclaves that eventually split up. There was one that went to Umi, beneath the sea, and the one in Terra, the forest they took over. I don't believe they took the name lightly as a Truckosaurus Rex.
Oh, I feel kind of embarrassed.
Oh no!
100%. DK heard the Enclave of Terror.
Oh, which for this game, very
Fair.
on brand.
Yeah, fair, very fair.
But what's the terror thing?
There
What's so horrible about it?
No, it's Terra, like the earth.
Yeah, so I said terror.
Oh, I see where this is going, and
I think I get it. It's like a misnomer. It's not actually an enclave, it's a village.
What?
Oh, so, like spooky people. in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's like a very spooky village.
Like big
I
eyes.
I
Smells
see
like
why the
cabbage.
Dark Blade chose all of you. It all makes sense now.
I want to be insulted, but I can't. It's true.
Glyph is so confused. And they just tap into their like inner like wiki, and they're like, the Enclave of Terra is the kingdom of the Earth Elves. They are very in touch with natural magics, as opposed to the Elves of Umi, who have invested in sciences at the bottom of the ocean.
These are also for you. And they hand you each a silver badge of the Adventurous Guild.
Oh, hey, we don't have to fake it.
Now, generally, these are handed to people who saved villages or done something along those lines, and you've lost 2. But
Wait, who told you about the other one?
word's getting around pretty fast.
Oh,
There's
no.
a couple of weird, wrinkly goblin creatures yelling about Glyph. Probably should shut that down. But Enchantment is mostly overrun by horrific monsters. But that's another story. But
What
no,
happened?
Glyph was like pinning on their new pin, and they just stop. It's not even like on their clothes yet, and they're like, "I'm sorry, can you repeat that?"
well, there was 3 goblin-like creatures that were quite powerful. Apparently, they overtook the town fairly quickly, and their strange scourge that covers the buildings and the ground. The whole town beats with a single heartbeat. But I heard the university's fine. It has protective magics up. The military's looking into it.
Just have them light it on fire. That's what we did the last time. That,
Yeah.
Like,
They did
an area turned to, like, meat and stuff.
they did
that'll be the
try
second.
that, but for some reason the fire didn't seem to catch.
Oh,
Like,
they're
it's-
learning.
You gotta use more oil.
I'll let them know.
It's possible they're learning from us because our go-to tactic has been to, what was it? Arson the shit out of them multiple times over. So, maybe they're getting wise to our tricks, our very flammable tricks.
Yeah, we've been out for a month, so we haven't just been able to just, like, hound them with fire the entire time.
You're
Everyone-
right,
Roll me a wisdom check to see if you remember a piece of wonderful information.
Got a-
DK did not.
Got a 15.
It's an 11.
I got 9.
Laura?
I got a 14.
So, Alora and Glyph, you remember from the notes that you got from Volcaith, the floating meatball you exploded, they were aware that you burned down the Flesh Brotherhood in Transmedia and were working actively on trying to improve the Scourge and had sent the notes to Elucio.
Oh.
Ah, yeah, Glyph's like, yes. Due to their research, they knew that we had burned down the Flesh Brotherhood, so they had made their skirts stronger. We should
That
perhaps
sounds
alert
great.
magic to this.
Oh, yeah, I told. They pull aside a magic member.
Huh?
Hey, do you know Warden
No?
Tiefling? Nervous?
Who are you?
Don't. I'm asking the questions here. Just tell them. Tell them they should be planning a mission to Elucio. Just tell them that they're fireproof now
And lightning proof.
and lightning proof.
What? All right. I got a lunch date. Go away. Like, what is
We're-
going on here?
We're like, like let's go. It just turns back to the group. Like,
Weirdo?
I'm so
No.
deeply embarrassed to have been associated with them.
Glyph grabs that person's shoulder.
Oh my
Very
God.
lightly, but very sternly. It's like, hello, you are a member of magic. You will find a member of authority, and you will give them the information that this person has just given you. And you will
Roll-
do it now.
Roll and intimidate.
Heck
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Oh wow. That's very high. Also, I get I think I get advantage on intimidation because I'm from the
You took a special with the
because I'm
foundry?
from the foundry. Where did I write that?
They love to
down?
intimidate their workers. It is a
I'm
cultural
proficient
thing.
in it. I'm proficient in it. Okay, but anyway, that means I have a that's a 22.
Oh, all right, whatever. Okay, I'll tell my boss. Like, I just.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank
my
you so
god.
much.
Wait, are you the Randos?
That's right.
Oh.
Weary does a little pose.
Oh. Okay. And they just kind of like back away from you slowly and then take off. And as you're all standing there watching this person run away, with a very concerned look on their face, you turn back as this bubble pops. This pus is on the ground and the ghoulish one is gone.
Ew.
Shoes.
And we
Ew.
will end our session there.
Such a gross way to leave.
Well, that's kind of how we left. No, wait, you all cheers and had a fun, happy moment, and it was really good for camaraderie. Never mind. Okay. Did you all have fun shopping and getting some lore today?
Yes.
Yeah, we'd love some good
Got-
lore.
I got meat cubes and a squeaky glove.
It's always nice to not get chased by a horrific monster that wants to consume your face.
It helps.
Those
It
are good
definitely
days.
helps.
So now the randos have had 2 good sessions where nothing bad has happened.
Nothing real bad has happened.
What's gonna happen on the 3rd? Oh, the answer is I got
We're
plans.
going to have a nice, relaxing day
It's our
Yeah.
beach episode.
where we just
We're
chill
gonna have a
out.
picnic under the Doom Cube. It's gonna
Look,
be...
if we can, if we can run
we
away
just
from the
chill
plot long
out.
enough.
For a day. We go one whole day without fighting evil.
Mm-hmm.
We relax.
Yeah,
DK is on the verge of a mental breakdown. And she is not.
Well, now you're like
She's
urging me to
doing her
bring a
best
creature in. Now I have to.
She's doing her
Yeah,
best.
No.
the world government isn't sending people after us right now. It's fine.
Mildly drunk. And that's the
Stay
way
drunk.
she wants to spend the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then end it by getting incredibly drunk.
There's nothing quite like bargaining with your DM for peace.
Don't worry, I'm giving you some.
It's been good. I've liked these episodes. They've been very
Good.
chill.
Yeah.
After everything else, this has been very welcome.
It is nice. I find I can sit back for a lot of this and just watch all of you talk. It's been good. But I do hope you've all enjoyed this relaxing episode where we shopped for very normal magic items. That should be all in your home games. If your DM's sitting going, you can only have stuff from the Dungeon Master, and they were pushing up their glass there, you can only have stuff from the Dungeon Masters Guild, you say, no! I want a hammer that has gunpowder generated in it for no reason whatsoever, and it blows up on contact. You yell these things.
Of Bloodborne before this.
Yeah, I want a weird chainsaw scythe, and you should get it for reasonable prices.
I want rubbery ham cubes
Yeah, I want,
just for chewing.
I want
random
a
raid
screen
gear.
that's stuck on the nature planet on different planets. All right, so let's go around the table. Anywhere we can find us, any kind of recommendations we have, anything going on. I will lead the way. I have been your DM for the evening. This was a wonderfully relaxed session. I got to chill. And you can find me. I man the Ballad of the Seven Dice Twitter. And I also run the podcast Ballad of the Seven Dice, which is about a group of heroes ripped across the multiverse, set to destroy some weird ancient beings that are trying to consume the multiverse. And you'll actually recognize a lot of NPCs that often pop up in this story. So if you want more fun ballad goodness, check that out. We wrapped up our Lost Tower of Ambrosia yesterday. It's the season finale. It was so much fun. Thank you to everyone who's come out to check that out. My spouse is yelling at me about a jetpack for a crocodile. And listen, crocodiles don't need jetpacks. It already shot lasers. I don't need this. And We also have a Patreon. So our Patreon has changed to pay what you can. It is a $1 minimum, but there's a ton of audio dramas on there. There's the wrapped up 4CK audio drama, which actually hints at some stuff going on in the current campaign. And there's a few others on there, so definitely check that out. They're a lot of fun. And all sorts of updates and one-shots and all sorts of good stuff. And a lot of Nostradamus Corporation content. So if you like weird space station drama, then go check that out. Okay. My recommendation is, if you love weird magic items, you love useless things that people get going like, what am I going to do with the shrunken head that just babbles at me all the time? And that kind of fun stuff, then I really suggest you go check out the Amberclave podcast. They are a Numenera actual play podcast. They are absolutely hilarious, a lot of fun. They get really weird magic items. I actually edited season 3 of their show, and it has been an absolute blast, but I highly recommend you go check that out. They have a really fun show. I will pass it over to Ian.
Hi, everybody. You can tell it's that time of day because I've been talking all day for my job and all day for the stream, so my register has lowered slightly. But we're fine because at the beginning of November 1st, right after the Day of Spooks, we will have our own spooky stuff going on here on Monday night, as we will be starting Nostradamus Corp Gradient Descent, which is a mothership actual play stream game. It's going to be every other Monday. It's going to be basically some folks from Nostradamus Corp are going to go figure out what's going on in an undersea automata research station where, it's basically robot hell. So that's going to be a good time. It is a mothership game, so obviously viewer discretion for body horror and general feelings of dread, because it is a sci-fi horror RPG system. So, people will or might die, people will get very stressed, people will likely panic. It's all in good fun, but it is a little spooky. So definitely tune in if you're interested. I will see. I don't have my own little mind flayer for body horror, but I'll probably hold up a comforting Charmander plushie to remind you that you are in danger. So either way, we'll figure it out, and I'm excited to see everyone there Monday. To be a part of Nostradamus Corp Gradient Descent.
Awesome. Meg.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants, where these days I'm screeching about my kindergartners driving me up the wall. Today was a rough day. I am a music educator in Texas, and teachers don't get paid jack. So if you would like to help me kind of support my classroom, we could always use more instruments and little things. I have a bunch of stuff in my link tree. And just as I boosted, Narnia's got misspelled.
Dang it.
Like I had mentioned the last time, do help support my friend's little fundraiser we've got going for Honey Bunches of Hope. She is currently trying to fundraise and gather supplies for homeless youth and infants. So getting supplies like little bottles of shampoo, getting brushes, getting sponges, getting washcloths, all that kind of good hygiene stuff. She's working on getting all of that stuff taken care of, and once she gets all the orders taken care of, then I usually get summoned to go help with the assembly line of stuff. So help out so we can get that task finished for her birthday, because I believe it is the end of the month. So it'd be an awesome birthday gift to help out with, and that's all I've got.
Awesome. I will fix that spelling mistake on there. Jess.
Yeah, I'm Jess. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, mostly Instagram at art_fantastical. I am still doing the Inktober, just very slowly. I did fall behind a bit just because life, and it's 2021, and but I'm gonna get back on it. I don't really have much to plug. I've plugged her before, but my friend Nicole, who is Aortic Inkwell, who did the wonderful glyph fan art, the spooky glyph fan art for us. She is trying to raise money so she can buy one of those industrial button presses for her business. And if you donate, you get basically like a Halloween fun art package kind of thing. And also, if you donate, once she gets the button machine, you'll get buttons. So it's pretty fun. And all of her artwork is great. And she is still having a print sale that was already happening for October. So yeah, if you need some like really cool artsy, like Final Fantasy, Vampire Hunter D, I don't remember. Lots of anime I've never seen. Just really cool stuff. Go check her out. She's Aortic Inkwell, and her stuff's great.
Awesome. Eve.
I don't watch anime. What am I, a nerd?
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Called out right on stream. Rough.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways. Yeah, you can find me over at Copper Harpy on the Twitters. What else? Lately, I've been listening through the John Dies at the End books, which were among some of my favorite ones from when I was like a teenager. Not everything holds up, but there's still a lot of fun. So, I mean, maybe go check those out at some point. Anyways, that's all I got.
I almost forgot to mention the next stream we do will be a Halloween special. That's important to note showing up here. So what we're going to be doing is everybody is going to be playing Ghost Hunters in Loch Railta. Yes, that's right. A fantasy world where ghosts are 100% real. And these ghost hunters are trying to prove to everyone that ghosts are indeed real by going into a lich's tomb with their cameras to get good information. So come join the crew, as it's going to be super silly, real low stakes as they go in there to try to interview a lich and a number of ghosts. All right, everyone. Until next time, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Tuesday. Bye now.